Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hot Zone. I'm your host, Jason Robinson, and in the Hot Zone today, we have got the beautiful and talented actress, Miss Meagan Good. We're going to speak to her today a little bit about her career, about her new movies, Monster Hunter, and If Not Now, When, and you can't miss Meagan and I play the Drink or Divulge game. All that and more, so stay tuned, because you're in the Hot Zone.
You need help.
You have a problem. I don't know how to help you by myself anymore.
I do not need help. Don't have a problem.
You fell asleep in the garage last week.
That was once.
And welcome back to the Hot Zone. We are joined by the talented and beautiful actress, Miss Meagan Good. Welcome to the Hot Zone, Meagan.
Thank you for having me.
It's all our pleasure. It's all our pleasure. Listen, I'm just so excited about the new movies that you have out. One is called Monster Hunter, right? And then the next one is called If Not Now, When. And we're going to get into all those movies a little bit later. But first, I just want to start off by asking, like, how are you and your husband, Devon, doing during this whole COVID-19 pandemic? Are you guys staying healthy?
Yeah, we're staying healthy by the grace of God. Getting in some good quality time, which is amazing. And then I think also just time for ourselves to really get perspective, to pray, to meditate, to reflect, to get prepared for all of that. And so I think as frustrating and in some ways horrifying and challenging all of this has been, I think that also a lot of good has come out of it, and a lot of growth has come out of it. And again, for us with the quality time, usually, we're both taking off here, there, everywhere. And so it's nice to be able to be home and be in our pajamas and cook and watch movies and get just that time with each other. That's invaluable. So
That good one-on-one love time. It's all good.
yes, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, love will carry you through a lot of things through the pandemic and so many other issues. I had a question to ask you, just a general relationship question. Do you think that it's more important for your spouse, your partner, whoever, to love you or like you? I always ask that question to my friends. What do you think is most important?
It's a double edge. Love, I think, is obvious. Like, I think, is equally, if not more important, because you can be in a relationship with someone that you truly, truly love, but you don't like. And I've been in situations like that where it's not like they were a bad person or anything. Who am I to say? But as a human being, I was just like, I just don't think that this is quality of life for me and for the person. And I think that when you get married and you really, really settle down, you really have to think about, okay, let's look at 30 years down the line, when we're not having, making love all the time and all this kind of stuff. And it's just about, do I like you as a human being? Do I want to sit out on the front porch and talk about life and walk in purpose and have quality of life with this other human being? Do I like them? And I think it's something that's often overlooked, and it's so, so important. So when people say, how are you and Devon? I go, I still like him. Because I think it's
Exactly.
Man, it's like to like the person you're with. Man, it's
It's really important because I know a lot of people who love each other, but they are not together. So I think it's more important that you like the person because you're going to be with that person if you truly like them. So, they're both important, but I was just curious about your take on that.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah. So listen, let's take it back a little bit. You were born in Los Angeles, California, right?
Mhm.
And I heard you started acting like around the age of 4. Is that true?
Yeah. I started like doing extra work on Doogie Howser and Amen and back Marshall Fields commercials, Barbie commercials, all that kind of stuff. And
Destined to be a star then.
well, thank you. I received that. I did it more as a hobby. I was just really, other kids went to dance class. I wasn't the best dancer. So I went to like acting class or auditions or went and did a commercial or whatever. And I didn't really start taking it seriously until I was about 13. And I had taken a year off. The area that I grew up with, I dealt with a lot of racism and a lot of like bullying. And I had a teacher who really just gave me a hard time. And I lost my work permit for my 11th grade year, my 6th grade year when I was 11. And after that, I had that year off for 12. And I was like, I know that I really want to do this. And so did what I needed to do. And by 13, my first movie was Friday, my first
Yes.
speaking line in a movie. And
Mhm.
then from then on, it's been a slow but steady climb.
So now you talked about your first movie was in 1995 with the Friday, as you spoke about Ice Cube, R.I.P. to Tiny Zeus Lister. But you definitely gained recognition in 1997 with Eve's Bayou. How important were both of those movies to your career?
Well, Friday gave me just that first kind of like, okay, I'm in a movie, I have a speaking line, it was kind of the start. And then Eve's Bayou was like, I had read the script for Eve's Bayou when I was 10. And at the time, I was reading as Eve, and we were like, okay, great, we're going to make this movie. And then the funding hadn't come through, and Casey Lemons was, working on that. So by the time it came around, I was 14, and I was like, okay, I am definitely going to play Cicely no matter what happens. Nothing's stopping me. And I ended up getting it, and it was amazing because I did On Our Own with Journey and Jussie and the whole
Yeah.
family. And so when Journey came in, I was like, oh, she's about to get this. And we had an incredible audition. Our chemistry was right. For me, it was a game changer because I felt like people didn't know that I could do drama, and I really hadn't got a chance to like show what I was capable of, and something that was challenging. And then also it was just a heavy character for a kid to play. And so
Yeah.
yeah, it was shifting for me for sure, in so many ways, not just my career, but when you're 14, you see a Black female director,
Yeah.
you don't know that that's uncommon. You don't
Right.
know that that's not how it is all the time. So even seeing that at a young age just shifted my mentality on like what was possible and what I could accomplish, and ultimately was like the catalyst that got me here to directing.
Yeah, absolutely. So important. And speaking about directing, well, first I want to go into now you've had a great career and you've had so many earlier movies, and now you have two recent movies out, and they're out right now. The first one I want to speak about is called Monster Hunter. Tell us a little bit about your new movie, Monster Hunter, and about
Yeah.
the character that you play.
Yeah, I played Dash, who is a mechanic extraordinaire, brilliant mind, one of the youngest people that's a part of her team. And they are a special elite team who is going out and searching for another team that's disappeared. And I don't want to give too much away, but
Yeah.
in the process of searching, they end up being transferred into an entirely different world. And what they discover there is pretty crazy. And it was such an epic experience for me because I had never shot in South Africa. I'd never been to South Africa. And now here I am, 7 hours out away from Cape Town,
Yeah.
living in tents in the desert with like spitting cobras and like spiders the size
Oh
of your
my God.
hand that like chase you, but really they're chasing your shadow to like try to stay cool.
Right.
I mean, sand bombs, you get off set and I have so much sand in my lashes. I have it in my
Oh,
ears, my nose. I'm talking and I can feel gravel in my mouth.
oh
Like
my
it
God.
was, it was pretty intense, and it was awesome. It was like one of the best experiences. I never thought I would enjoy getting dirty every single day the way that I did on this film.
Oh my God. They better pay you time and a half for all that extra that you had to go through. Oh God. Now you also have another movie out, all right, and it's called If Not Now, When? And you're not only acting in this movie, as you said, you're also directing. Tell us a little bit about that movie and about the character you play. And why was it important for you to direct in this movie?
Yeah, well, it's so interesting because as someone, I've directed music videos, I've directed web series, short films, but I wasn't necessarily planning to direct films so early.
Right.
And when this kind of came together, we had kicked around the idea of doing it, and then we hired someone else. And then as we were waiting for the money to come through, she ended up going on to another project. And we kind of said, okay, do we want to do this? And I prayed about it for 2 months, and I heard and I felt God say to do it. So I was like, okay, well, I don't have the peace I usually have when you tell me to do something. So I need a sign, Lord. I'm
Right.
gonna be obedient. I'm gonna go to this meeting with my partner Tamara and tell her that yes, let's direct it together. And so I did that. And 8 minutes later, the bank called and said the money had landed, and we've been waiting for 8 months. And so I was like, okay, God's in this. And I knew that these are the type of movies that I want to do. I think about how Wedding to Exhale really
Yeah.
shaped my world and how I could see myself. And, again, those kind of life-changing experiences where you're like, oh, I can do anything. I
Yeah.
can really do anything, and I'm worthy. And it doesn't matter what I've done, what's been done to me, what I've been through. I'm worthy of God's absolute best. And I want to make the kind of films that help people see themselves in it and help them get that type of revelation and that type of inspiration, and that they can relate to. So this was a natural kind of project to go for, and really, really proud of it. And the character that I played was something that I haven't played before. Initially, I was playing a different character, which I won't tell you which one, but I was playing a different character. And when I shifted gears to Tyra, it was like, yeah, this is a different character for me. But really, selfishly, it was, well, she has the least amount of scenes and I don't have to go through hair and makeup. Great. And then, as I got into it, I realized like, oh, wow, this is such a different character for me. And where I have to go to find out where she lives is a challenge that I'm excited about and up for. And so it's been a pretty incredible experience across the board.
Did you find it more challenging to act in a movie and also have to direct at the same time? Was there more of a challenge there with that?
Sure, but not a bad one. I mean, Tam and I, we co-directed together. And so it was interesting because, the first week and a half, we were behind the camera together. The second week, she was in front of the camera. I started off behind the camera, but then we both realized like we both had a lot of input and a lot of ideas. So we ended up directing together anyways. And then when we were both on camera, it was literally like, okay, let's set up the shot. This is what we think we want. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, we're telling our DP, Craig, okay, just do this, da, da, da. And then I'm like, action. And then she's like, cut. And then we're like, go back and watch the shot. Okay, here's the adjustments we need to make. And so it was a challenge, but like a really fun one.
Good challenge. It helped you grow, right?
100%.
So you're not only an actor and a director, but you're also an entrepreneur, right? And you have a company called the Good Girl Raps. Tell us about these head wraps that you started, and tell us why you wanted to start this.
Yeah. So the Good Girl Raps.
I love it, by the way. That is hot, Meagan. I like it.
Thank you. This is actually not one of them. This one. Yeah. Okay. No, this one is by a young lady named India Collective, and you got to support young Black female business. And I met her on Etsy. Okay. And I was like, hey, I would love, because these are technically, they can be called wraps, but they're technically turbans. Okay. So I was like, I need a turban because my hair is short right now. I just need to make it easy. And she makes these, which are like a full headpiece. And I've fallen in love with them. But the Good Girl Wraps, so I constructed those and created those for goddess locks, for braids, for twists, for curly hair, whatever it may be. But basically I wanted something that, these girls, when we wear these hairstyles, it's damn near impossible to work out without our hair flying everywhere. When you get ready to get into bed, it's like, how do I work? Should I put it up on the pillow to sleep comfortably? Yeah, right. And then also just being protective, what we put on our hair determines if it breaks our hair or if it allows our hair to grow and stay, silky and continue to just like be protected in essence. And so I created this wrap when I went to the gym so that I could work out. If I'm too hot, it allows my head to be cooler. If I'm cold, it allows my head to heat up. And so that's initially what I was using it for. And then I started using it as I slept. And then people started asking me like, what is this wrap? I can't find anything to put my dreads in. Like nothing will fit all of this hair. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I can manufacture them. And so I started manufacturing them, and they've kind of just blown up. And it's cool to create something that not only do I really use, but that there was a need and a demand for it. A lot of people are like, oh, isn't that a do-rag? I'm like, no, not at all. When you see the whole construction of it and you realize that it was missing in the market and that it is a new thing, I'm feeling pretty good about that. So.
Well, it was definitely needed, and I know a lot of women are hitting you up trying to find out where they can get it. So that was so great that you created it, because there was a need for it, and you brought that to life. So congratulations on that. You also have masks too, right?
Yep. Good Girl masks, which for me, I was like, I just want a cute mask,
Right. That's something
where I can actually breathe, So I like these because the design of them is kind of like a ninja, and they're attractive to your face, it's like it's not just protective, but it actually looks cute. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Gonna be safe and cute at the same time, right?
Why not?
So now listen, we're gonna end off the show with a fun game, all right? Okay. The game that you and I are gonna play, it's called Drink or Divulge. I'm gonna ask you 3 hot zone questions, right? I've got my shot right here, the Hot Zone Absolute Vodka, all right? Hopefully you have a nice drink there, strong.
I've got something and I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, you're not going to tell me what it is, all right? Hopefully it's strong, all right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you 3 Hot Zone questions. When you answer a question, I have to drink.
Got it.
And when you don't answer a question, you have to drink. Whoever drinks the least wins the game out of the 3 questions. Now, we talked about your good girl raps. You know, they're doing amazing. All right. Now, when you and your husband, Devon, have sexy adult time, are the head wraps on or off?
They're on.
Oh, man. Man, oh my God. Wait, hold up.
All right.
Okay, all right.
All right.
When it's that sexy adult time, we want to run our fingers through your hair. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good.
Not with my goddess socks, but maybe with my hair like this. Don't touch my goddess socks now.
That's right. Now, you have been in the industry for a long time. You've had plenty of movies and television shows, and you've had plenty of co-stars. And some of them have been great, some of them not so great. Who was one of your most annoying co-stars to work with?
Right.
Exactly.
Gosh.
You might have to take a drink, Meagan.
I might have to take a drink because I don't think people are ready for that one. So
go ahead. Yeah, we're tied. You've been acting for many years, doing a great job, and you've had many leading men in your career. And, with your leading men, you've had to kiss a lot of men in your scenes. You did, right?
Okay.
So now the question is, what was the worst kiss that you've ever experienced on screen? Woo, let's see who wins the game.
Does an audition count?
On screen in the movie.
Oh.
I win, Meagan. But there's a big prize. There's a big prize if you win this game. I'm just saying.
Look, to be honest,
yes,
I haven't had a bad kiss on camera. I actually have not been like the only time that happened was once, and it was an audition, and his breath was like funky feet, and I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I mean, I came out of the room, funky feet. I came out of the room and I asked the producers of the show, I was like, I don't want to be this person. I was like, but I can't do it. I definitely can't do it for months. Can't do it. I felt so bad, but I was like, I just can't. They were like, well, maybe if you take some breath mints. I was like, no, that came from his soul. I can't do it. I can't do it. So.
You're saying the Mentos and certs wasn't going to help?
No, it was coming from down here. Okay. Down here in the bottom. So I was like, yeah, no.
Down here.
Yeah.
All right, well, guess what, Meagan? You answered the question, and that means I got to take a drink. Hold up.
I think that means you should finish it. Yeah!
Oh, congratulations, Meagan. You win the game of Drink or Divulge. And for winning the game, I will be sending you the Hot Zone tank top. Brand new tank top from the Hot Zone. I'll get your information from your publicist and I'll be sending it to you. So you win the game. Thank you so much for playing, Meagan. Thank you so much. Listen, before we go, I had a blast, but listen, tell all the viewers and fans where they can see your brand new movies, Monster Hunter, right? And Monster Hunter, and If Not Now When, where can your fans see your movies? Are they like in the theaters or on demand? Where are they?
Yeah, so Monster Hunter is in theaters. If Not Now When is also in theaters, but you can get it at home, on demand, on Apple TV, on all digital platforms that you could possibly think of. It's available. And they're both available to see, and hopefully people see them and love them and enjoy them and have a blast watching them.
There you go. And where can the women get the good girl raps? Where can they go? Where can they go online? Where can they find them and order them?
yeah, you can go to goodgirlraps.com. You can check the link on my bio on Instagram or on Facebook. But yeah, if you just type in goodgirlraps.com, it'll come up and you can see a good girl rap. And then, yeah.
All right, there you go. There you go. Well, all the success to you, Monster Hunter. And if not now, when are in theaters. I'm going to make sure I check it out. All the success to you on your new movies and Good Girl Raps. You know, I've been a big fan of yours for many years. All the success and best of luck to you in 2021.
Amen. Best of luck to you as well, and blessings.
Yes. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
I can't do this.
Do what?
Any of it. I mean, I've only answered one question in the notebook. My baby came to visit me, and I was so frustrated that she had to see me like this that I lashed out at her. She has more strength and smarts in her 15-year-old body than I ever had.
What's up, you guys? I'm Meagan Good, and I am in the hot zone.